Hello everyone, the Pokemon Fan 1993 here, back with more Pokemon Champions. So, I think it was sometime, I think it was last week, I ended up streaming Champions, under the same title, I believe it was the same title. And essentially, the game, I played, it said I couldn't connect to chat, I thought, oh, that was a little weird. So, I was like, okay, that's a little weird, so I went to bed. Got the next morning, and the stream was in my spot where it's supposed to be. Essentially, when you do YouTube, it's supposed to show up in a slot. Essentially, where you're supposed to be at. Where it's supposed to be is like under the live tab. And, well, it wasn't there. So I was like, okay, so something happened. So I waited like another day, and like, okay, it's not showing up. So I was like, okay, is it because I screwed my setting? I said, okay, so I guess I'll wait. So today, earlier, about half an hour ago, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start a stream, do it, and go through it. The stream went fine, it saved fine, and I deleted the stream. It was only a 5-minute stream. It was just to check everything. And that makes it clearly obvious that whatever the hell happened was YouTube's fault, not my fault, because it was, I didn't change any settings between that stream and this stream. Not the 5-minute stream, the previous champion stream and then this one. So, if you can see in my description of the video, you're going to say that yes, getting on Ultra 4 in this is particularly difficult, because I got the same problem with doubles, is that you have 6 Pokemon, but you only bring so many, so people try to outsmart each other when they play, and it can either lead to like something really good happening or something really bad happening. For me, it's really bad, because unlike a lot of people, I'm going to show you my team real quick. I don't carry a lot of the meta mons. I think the 3 meta or the 2 meta I think I have are just Starmie and Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl's there because of Sneasler, and now that every time it seems like I have Aerodactyl, they never use Sneasler because I think they know I'm going to use it. But so essentially, I'm still experimenting with teams. I change my team almost on a daily because of stuff. And yes, this game is absolutely rage-inducing. I hate. It's not as rage-inducing as something like Unite, which I stopped playing, but it's annoying enough to make you, and I've done it several times, I'm going to pretend like I've never done it, or I've rage quit. I think I actually did it very recently. I think I did it right before the stream, to be honest with you, the 5-minute stream. So this is an interesting team. There was one thing I'm kind of concerned about, is that Machamp. The only reason I say that is because I acquired someone who had Attract, Drain Punch, and Substitute on a Machamp, which, for a Machamp, when its defense is pretty low, that is the stupidest thing. And I understand people want to be innovative, but that's stalling when the Pokemon doesn't need to be stalled. I didn't even bother to this battle because I had the feeling the entire other team was basically based on that. It looked like they were all fast, but they were all stalled. So this is interesting. I'm not really sure what we're going to start with. I don't see a lot of people using Heracross, Infernape, what the hell is it? Mono, or Cremobile. However, I imagine his Mega is Cremobile. I had to be very careful about that, because that thing, I've heard it's dangerous. I've never encountered it in this game itself. But let's see. So he has a bunch of fighting Pokemon. I think it's actually the full mono fighting Pokemon, even to see that shit. But I have a feeling he's going to anticipate that I'm going to use Aerodactyl first. So instead of me pulling that, I think I'm actually going to start with Bellibolt first. And then I can use Starmie for that, and then we're going to use Aerodactyl. This basically, actually, my team's really good for countering a fighting type Pokemon, actually. Drinking my Sunny D again. But yeah, I'm going to start with Aerodactyl a little bit fine. So, Bellibolt is probably my favorite mon on his entire team. I'm going to show you his stats. Oops, didn't mean to hit that. So basically, he's like a tank with a lot of HP. He's designed to go second, that way he can use Probiotic Charge to power up whatever move he's going to use. I'm going to guess he's going to start with Fake Out, but I'm not really sure, so I'm going to go Prop Charge. Okay, he goes for Sucker Punch, which is not really necessary considering how slow Bellibolt is, and Electromorph actually activates. So basically it gives it a charge status, and basically it increases the power of the electric type. So that move is actually absolutely useless with him. He could have gone for any other move, and I almost guarantee he could have outspeed me. I know Toxicroak is not crazy fast, but he's fast enough to outspeed Bellibolt. So now that's what he should have gone for from the start. Then again, if he would have gone for that immediately, he probably lost all his HP due to the lower defense. Maybe that was planned, maybe it wasn't. Maybe he's never encountered Bellibolt before, which Isn't crazy surprising, but Belly Bolt is as really good as it may. So basically, Belly Bolt has Pro-Blade Charge, which allows you to heal half the HP you take. Acid Spray allows you to lower the special defense of Pokemon by 2 stages when it's used. And Chilling Water lowers the attack of the Pokemon that you're fighting. There are a lot of physical attackers a lot of people can use, so Chilling Water to cripple them on, and they're not aware that how crippled it is. It really does help sometimes. Okay, crap. So here's Crap. I was expecting this. So now he's gonna probably one-shot me with something. But the off chance he does not, I'm actually gonna use Chilling Water. Oh yeah, he just goes for a Mach Punch, okay. I'm probably surprised he didn't go for anything. So, Chilling Water is basically, it's gonna do some damage, also to lower his attack. So his next attack is not gonna be as powerful. Electro is gonna heal 1/10 my HP, I believe it's 1/10. And then Parabolic Charge. It's Parabolic, not Prolad. Okay, I don't know why I said that. Okay, so now he's going for the Mega. Probably the power of attack that we get damage. This would be a good time. I'm gonna see what he does. Okay, he goes for another Mach Punch. I'm not sure what Criminal's ability is. I haven't encountered this particular one, but probably the charge is gonna do a bunch of damage. So I think a lot of people keep telling me this, oh, great tiers filled with bots, and you might be right, but I think having a tier where there's bots, I think it just helps a lot of people get this along. And I think that's why I'm having a hard time getting out of Ultra. I was in Ultra 3 at one point, but unfortunately I got ranked down because apparently if you're in Ultra 4, which is the lowest rank of Ultra, you'll never rank down to, what do you call that? To Great Ball 1. However, that's what he should have done from the beginning, but he's not going to be able to do anything with it now. You made a mistake, you should have gone for Drain Punch. I wonder if he just... I was going to say he could... I've misclicked before too, but that seems like a huge misclick, especially in a situation like this. Could also be a kid. A lot of kids can switch twos. Or it could be a kid with a Switch. I forgot that you could also play this on Switch 1. I swear to God, when this game came out, they said that it wasn't going to be available for... It was only available for Switch 2 until mobile release, and then apparently Switch and Switch 1. And then, I'm going to say this with all honesty, once we see mobile come out, it's the same deal with Unite. We're going to see a lot of stalling, a lot of quote-unquote forfeits, because people will call this person, they'll call whoever, and they're like, okay, well, most games will not be able to function while you're phoning somebody, at least a lot of low-tier phones, so chances are, if they go into a full phone conversation, this is what I mean with Belly Bolt. Look at that. That is such a crazy amount of power. If it could be my first solo, and oh, that's right. If I had gone for charge there, I would have probably won that. That's just the lowest attack, so I think we're still fine. Let's see. He's pretty fast, but I don't think... I probably should have gone for Slap Off. I'm gonna go pro by ad case he goes for Mach Punch and then somehow doesn't... Okay, he goes for another close combat. I originally had Mega Fraligator for a while there, but Mega Fraligator, it seems like Hulk is like a suggestion in this game, because it seems like, at one point, my Starmie, let's see if I can go over this. It had, at one point, it had Liquidation, Ice Spitter, Cycle Cut, and Polka, and I made it stronger. I made it bulky. And the problem with that is that if you make it bulky, the Starmie is just too slow for the faster mons that have a high attack, so they would one-shot them or two-shot them, so if I go for Bulk Up, they'd hit me first, I go for Bulk Up, and they hit me in the next turn and kill me. So that was obviously not enough. So I don't think we even need to Mega Evolve. We're just going for a straight Liquidation. I think this is over. If he actually just does nothing here, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, Knockoff. Does Knockoff work on Mega Stones? It doesn't. But I mean, Mega Evolve, this one's no Liquidation, that's gonna be it. So my Starmie's adamant. So, I told him Mega Evolve is a special attacker, but I knew Liquidation would be enough to kill it because he used close combat twice. So, he just named his character Point. By the way, that means that's probably just a throwaway account. Seems to call each other player too. So, if I manage to get all to 4 somehow, I will end the stream, but I don't see I don't see that happening. That player was definitely a little off his board. Hergord, my bad. He was using some very weird I guess he thought maybe because since the other thing had priority, he would just win with priority, which, you know, isn't bad. He actually gave me more of a run for money than I thought he would. Okay, this is interesting. Another interesting team. So, whoops, didn't hit my desk. That actually hurt my elbow a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take it right. It's either going to be Lucario or Skarmory for the Mega, which both are interesting. So I'm going to guess what he's going to do is his Chandelure has a Scarf and he's going to trick me into using it. However, if I start with Starmie and I Mega Ball was ahead before any move, it means that, well, you could give me the Scarf, but I'm not sure what happens in the situation. Like, is it, like, I think the Mega Stone still counts. I don't think you take with the Mega Stone while the Pokemon with Mega Ball. I don't think I've encountered this situation before. No, I'm thinking on it. So we need that. We definitely need... So Starmie has the ability to take out most of the Pokemon in this team. I'm going to put the Decidueye in here, and then we're going to run Basculin for the last one. So Basculin is probably a widely known Mon now outside Arceus because of its Last Respects attack. Essentially, it should never have gotten that. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. That should have been an exclusive move, especially for Greybeard. But, okay, start with Skarmory. So, what did I start with again? Okay, start with Skarmory. So, this is gonna be Mega versus Mega, I think. The only thing I can really do here is Mega to Liquidation. I don't see... He could have, like, Exegor, but I don't think Skarmory is fast. I don't think it's fast enough to outspeed Starmie. I could be wrong. I'm not. Skarmory is one of those mons I've really never run into. Okay, he didn't Mega Ball it. He probably Stealth Rock. Yeah, he's a Stealth Rock user. Now he's probably gonna spam. He's probably gonna use Roost, which I think is fine. Yeah, he's stalling. So if I take a shot, he's gonna start using Whirlwind. If he starts using Whirlwind, I might just stop because it really is not worth it. I don't think anything I really do here would actually stop me from doing it. He's probably going to use Whirlwind. Like, Whirlwind is Stealth Rock, Whirlwind, whatever you're going to use, is the cheapest combination you possibly can. Yeah. So basically, he's this person being a dick. That's the only other way for me to put it. But the only thing is that, okay, so yeah, this didn't help him much. It is going to deal some damage, but with some fighting type, I have to take less damage. So, I'm trying to remember the Decidueye's speed stat. No, I don't need to do that. So 80 to 179. So yeah, obviously he's going to be fast. I'm going to be slower. But if I manage to get Quick Claw with triple arrows, I might be able to... Okay, Body Plus. This probably didn't have a single flying type. So triple arrows is an interesting move in its own. So triple arrows has a 30% chance to lower the target defense and a 30% chance to crit. And those can happen both in the same turn, by the way, because I've had it happen. The reason I chose triple is because this move is with Decidueye first of all. It's a very good move. I'm going to see what he does. If he go, I'm going to... How should I handle this? He's going to go immediately for the shot, so I'm going to go Sucker Punch. Actually, he doesn't go for that. That's interesting. Psychic Terrain. Okay, so... That actually stops prior to moves from actually happening, so that's very good. That's a very good attack. We are going to go... The normal prior moves aren't going to work anymore, so I'm going to go Weak Blade and hope I get this Quick Claw. And I don't. I thought I survived there for a second. I saw it at 2 and then it went to 0 like a little slower for some reason. Unless I blinked and I saw something else that could be at 2. So I think I'm still fine. I'm debating what I should do here. Alright, I think I know what I'm going to do. This is probably wasteful, but I'm going to try this anyway. So, I'm putting Basculin out. He has a Choice Scarf. Last Respects, which he's a little bulky. Nothing crazy. Essentially what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Flip Turn. By doing this, if he has a Sash, that means that he's going to hit Starmie with whatever he's going to hit me with. And then, okay, he actually goes first, which is interesting. I didn't think he'd be able to speed my Basculin. So this basically essentially stops doing that. But then again, now that he's faster, I don't know. I think Starmie might be slightly faster than the Basculin. I'm not really sure. So I think I lost this battle. Like I said, doing the whole, what do you call that? The Stealth Rock Whirlwind, that's just the stupidest tactic. But if I manage to put an Espeon down, then I don't really think it matters. really comes down to what his move is and how strong it is. And how fast I am compared to how fast he is. Okay, so I think I had this one actually, which actually surprised me a little bit. I was going to kind of outspeed my Starmie. So those who don't know, Starmie, the reason I have Starmie with physical moves because its attack base is like one more. Oh, I forgot he's out of that. Because that must be its Mega. I might. Oh, Stormy, is that right? Stormy is dead. Alright, I'm risking it. So, this is going to come down to a lot of factors. If he's faster than Stormy, he knocks me out with it. If I manage to outspeed him, then Subdirect will take him out. I'm just getting my huge power. See what happens. I survived that? Are you serious? That is... it's his... So basically, Subdirect is going to one-shot him. It's kind of a suicide move. Huge power, no surviving that. I want to make sure he would go down. In case that everyone somehow was not a Mega. 3 battles in a row, though, for Ultra Field 4, that's pretty good. However, me saying that probably jinxed me. So, it's probably going to happen again. Shit, though, I might have to start the stream early. I mean, if I get another win in a row, I mean, that's... Oh, I hit the wrong button. Alright, let's go back. For those who don't know, this tutorial is like if I press the B button through the A buttons here, so sometimes I'll hit the B button by accident. Alright, so we're gonna go again. If somehow I manage to win this battle and I get out of Ultra 4, I'll keep playing, because that would be like a 20-minute stream. I think that's kind of lowballing you guys, so... This might be a part 1, I don't know. Just a one-part series. Take a while for this one. Something wrong with matchmaking? Okay, let's try again. No thing's going on, is there? I guess I'll wait a little bit. There we go. That took way longer than I wanted it to. Maybe it's because I have a possibility of getting out of Ultra 4. Okay. So this looks like he's gonna start with Sneasler, but if he sees me with Aerodactyl, he's probably gonna need to start with Sneasler, so... And his best bet for taking out my Aerodactyl would most likely be Garchomp. Alright. Start with Starmie. With his moves, that will take down... His team's not really... power... Oops, I didn't even hit that. I'm still going to put Aerodactyl in. Oops. Because if that turns out to be his Mega, I know that Aerodactyl can outspeed it and probably hit Rock Blast 2-shot it. And then we're going to choose... I think we're going to choose Bellybolt for the last one. That's just to help deal with a couple of Mons on his team. So let's see, do we actually get all out of Ultra 4? What do we start with? Okay, let's start with Starmie. So, my initial thought is he's going to be, oh shit, and then he's going to retreat. In case he does, I'm actually going to Mega and then Ice Spinner, in case he switches to like something else. He didn't switch, that's interesting. I thought he switched to something else, but Ice Spinner just in case. I think that's going to be enough to take him down anyway. Then again, right here might have Sturdy. I think it's just being extra cautious. Sturdy will hurt, that's the best game. Oh, less damage than I thought. Okay. So... he definitely went for broke there. He knew his right period was going to die. If that would have hit, I would have ended the stream right there, to be honest with you. That would have been the biggest middle finger. Either I would have rage quit the match. I don't know what I would have done. I really hope this whole team's not like that, because I hate it when this game has rising up on RNG as it is. You don't need to have a move that could possibly one-hit KO every time. Okay. So this Sneasler most likely has a white herb or something similar. So we're going to Cycle Cut for critical hit in case somehow he doesn't have the super effective first of all. In case he doesn't have the he has like a sack or something. If he has a white herb, this is probably gonna one shot it. You can't. There's no Terra. There's no Mega Sneasler, so he's either gonna retreat, try to trick me, or he basically just stopped already. Oh right, I forgot about that. So I think what he's trying to do there, I think he might have been trying to, how do I say this? If he would fake out and use poison, they could possibly poison me. But that's a lot to bet on, like, how Hornbill is. This guy might be an all or nothing trainer, which, I mean, I watch traits like that, but relying on that all the time is a thing. I also noticed that Starmie's back star doesn't really, okay, that's why he did that. Still here, though. So, I wonder what his other mod is. He's going to reveal what his full team, the rest of his team is, so we're going to have a look. Is it going to be Charizard? If it's Charizard, he goes for Solar Beam. Okay. So, he went for Chomp. I think I'm still fine. I don't know. Is that a physical? It's not a physical hit move. Throw over Ice Spin. I don't think there's. Yeah, he's not faster than I am. An Ice Spitter will count the physical contact move, so it's probably going to kill Starmie. Or it's going to come close. Unless he has Sand Veil. Oh, I'm actually still here. So, he's going to fake out Starmie. And that's going to put Starmie down. I think I actually made out Ultra 4. I'm not going to count my chickens yet, but it's very likely now. Fake out was like going to kill me regardless, so I'm just going to go Cycle Cut. Yeah. There is an error, something that could happen here. So, I think what I'm going to do to be safe, I'm going to switch to Belly Bolt. Not being overly cautious. The reason I'm being overly cautious because if Aerodactyl somehow misses a dual Wing Beat, the match might be over me. But if I do this, it means that I can yield them to the Sneasler to get rid of any possible focus sash and then maybe not use. Yeah, I figured he was going to do that. Maybe not use. Also, it was going to try to paralyze Belly Bolt, but Belly Bolt is an electric, so it doesn't work. So I think I'm fine now. I don't think there's anything to really do because I can swap to. If he manages to somehow take out Belly Bolt, we'll probably try to close combat. I can essentially, I think he just gave up. That's a very quick switch. I think he might have rage quitted. Nothing's happening on his end. They're supposed to be selecting moves now. I think it just made him rage quit. Either just being a dick right off the time because he thought he would be able to beat me, which, you know, either way we do it in match, out match, whatever, free lobby. Oh, I'm surprised he actually stayed in. So we're just gonna go pull that card again. I don't think there's anything he can do. My HP is completely full. I don't think he's gonna be able to one-shot Belly Bolt. Belly Bolt is one of the hardest mobs to one-shot unless you're using a very powerful ground type move. I use Belly Bolt a lot, so at one point he just had a quick claw. Yeah, he's definitely being a pig. Now he's just trying to weigh up the clock. Alright. What's he doing? It's gonna be a long thing. It might be. See how many Facebook notifications. The match is essentially over one way or the other. Yeah, he was definitely trying to weigh up the clock there. So I win. That was actually one of probably the easier wins I've had in this entire game. But we actually got out Ultra Free, so cool. Alright, so we got an Ultra 4, which is actually very surprising. I thought I'd have to have at least 2 or 3 parts to get an Ultra 4. But then again, we might go right back to Ultra 4. So I can't just start talking shit. So we're at Ultra 3 now. Okay, so eventually I'm going to get rid of Sleeveon for something else. I think I might get rid of Sleeveon for Whimsicott. Just because I've seen people do it before. It's called Prankster Encore, which is probably the dickest thing you possibly can do. But essentially, if the Pokemon... See, I have an issue with Encore. If you use it with a fast mon, especially one with Prankster, you essentially lock your opponent out of doing anything as long as you know when the Encore is going to end. Because if a Pokemon that's slow will use it gets Encore on it, I mean, as soon as they get out, you can just use it again. I think Encore should have like a cooldown timer for like Hyper Beam or whatever. Okay, here's another interesting team. I don't know if that's meant to be some kind of bad word in a different language. Grisvake. I don't know if that doesn't sound like a real name, to be honest with you. Even another language, okay. So he's gonna start. I imagine he's gonna start with Sneasler, and then he's going to. It's real hard. His team is really like spread out, so there's not really like any one thing he can go to. Although his it's either going to be his. Well, there's actually 5 Pokemon there. So I think we're going to start with Starmie. We're going to put the Decidueye in here just to deal with the Rock and the Steel type. And then we're going to put Basculin as last one to deal with possibly Gardevoir bringing up the rear. I might need Basculin slightly faster because even with 50% of choice from choice coverage, it doesn't seem like it's fast enough. I might have to sacrifice one of its stats to increase its speed. Alright, so what's he start with? Okay, so this is pretty calculated. Probably Sandstorm setup. Yeah, I figured. So I'm gonna Mega Liquidation. Not Terra. So he's probably gonna set himself rock. I don't think he gets extra room, but he's gonna set himself rock. I don't know if anyone can learn Whirlwind. I'm definitely gonna be faster. Does he have a Mega? He does not. Choice, Band. Tyranitar, that's interesting. Stupid, but interesting. Special attack Tyranitar. That must just be to deal with water types. Otherwise, it would make a lot of sense. Okay. So the Tyranitar is dead unless he decides to swap. I'm gonna use Ice Spin in case he does swap. Because he might. Because, you know, it might be setting up for a Sandstorm. He might be a Sandstorm user, that's fine. So... Tyranitar does have a Nerve, so I'm trying to figure out if he has a Sandstorm team or what. Okay, so he's probably gonna Dire Claw me. I did put, no, I didn't put Aerodactyl here. Son of a bitch, I probably should have done that. I probably would have left the bench. Alright, fight. So we're gonna go Psycho Cut, I guess. I might be faster, which I'm kind of surprised about. Oh yeah, he's gonna have a Focus Set now, so I just one-shot it. I think I should have this one. I was expecting to be faster than me. I'm not gonna lie. And I still have HP left, so I think he lost this battle. What's his last Pokemon? If it's Charizard, Gardevoir. Okay, so I think I have this. I'm gonna self-destruct in case somehow he's slower. He might be. I'm not sure. Mega Gardevoir. Okay. Well, I guess that's that. Alright, so we're doing pretty well. This is probably was this a 5-win streak? This is probably the best I've had in a while. Like, no joke. I probably didn't even have to self-destruct. I probably could have gone for Liquidation, but I want to make sure. Oh, hang on. There we go. My power saving command, I forgot I didn't put my laptop on charge. Because yes, I do use a laptop for this stuff. It's actually a very good laptop. I like it. I might make it Ultra 3. I'm gonna make it Ultra entirely at this rate. Getting a Master, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, to be honest with you. I'll probably still keep playing. I like this game for specific reasons. For example, if you happen to lose your team and you're not happy with your team, it takes you maybe, if you want to do like 2 or 3 members of your team, maybe 10 minutes for you to redo your team. Okay. So he most likely has Mega Lopunny as the Mega. A lot of his team... This is going to be interesting because I've seen a lot of people just sweep with Mega Delphox. I've seen people sweep with the Lopunny. It's basically his entire team except for Hound... Powdon is like that. So... I'm going to go Starmie first. Basculin's going to have to be a selection at some point, and then my last Pokemon's going to be Bellybolt. Ironically, a lot of these Pokemon you see on this team are actually commonly used except for Lopunny and Delphox. I have encountered Mega Delphox, by the way. That thing is ridiculously stupid. Like, I understand why they gave him Levitate, because I think his speed and special attack are so outrageously high that it's not even fair to give it any other kind of move. I think a lot of people gave these Pokemon abilities that are mid because of how powerful they actually are. Or how commonly they're used. Masquerade started. What did I start with? I started with Starmie. That's not a good combination. Gonna flower trick me, right? I think I lost this battle right just because of my first selection. Get flower trick. I'm interested though. Doesn't protein activate even if your grass is dark at the beginning anyway? So he's probably going to stick with this. We'll show the water. He's going to keep getting a crit every single time, so. However, if I can lower his overall power, I might still be alright. Hard to tell, to be honest with you. That's pretty good, do absolutely nothing for me. So I could. Let's try Slap. Let's see what this does. I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be. Yeah, I lost. Interesting thing too, if your Pokemon's low on HP and you think he's gonna die, you can keep your ear out because the spell will go off that you're low on HP before the HP bar gets that low. So there is that. So, essentially, if he knocks out Starmie, it's over. There's nothing I can really do about it. So I'm going to Mega Ball Ice Spinner. It's probably going to work, but we're going to try anyway. I keep thinking I don't want to throw it up to 5 rhythm something. Put that on my laptop here to forget it does that. Let's see what happens. Yeah, flower trick. So let's see what happens. Yep, GG. Alright, so there's nothing I can do about this now. I'm done. Well, I'm not done, but because I selected very badly. Because if I would have gone with Aerodactyl as a starter, I probably would have won. I probably would have won that. But, you know, shit happens. He has Delphox Rider, by the way, so that must be his Mega. And I think I mentioned this, maybe I didn't mention this last week, but the fact that in certain tiers, I don't know if this applies to Ultra or not, Ultra 3, but in Ultra 4, if you lose a battle and win one, your rankings stay the same, or vice versa. So essentially, I think what happens is, if you win a battle, it should be a little bit more than if you lose a battle. You should gain more than if you lose. You should gain more via a win than you should get. You should get less via a loss, if that makes any sense. It's probably just better set up that way. That way, it's really easy to detect. So I have a very good idea what he's going to do. He's going to probably go with Dragapult, and then use Shadow Force Choice Scarf. So there's really nothing I can do to counter Dragapult except for Sleevian, and I don't know if I want to. Actually, Sleevian does work with a lot of his mods. So we're going to use Sleevian. I don't use her very often, but we're going to do that. We got to put Aerodactyl in there somewhere, and I think a good last mon is going to be Starmie. So if he has the Mega Skull Villain, a Mega Skull Villain got something called, I think it's called Spicy something or other. Basically, if you make a indirect contact with it, or direct contact, I believe it burns you regardless. Which could be a problem. So let's see what he does. Careful Charizard, okay. This is interesting. I don't know which Charizard he's going to use. If he uses X, then he's stupid to say in the battle. If he uses Y, it's a toss-up. So actually, I see this is Grass's team. It would make a lot more sense for him to be a Charizard Y instead of an X. So we're gonna go Calm Mind. Okay, so he has which one? Yeah, so what he's probably going to do here, what he should do, is go for a Fire Move, but with Drought immediately activating after Mega, he might go for Sword. Oh, he actually goes for natural control. Okay. So, a lot of things can happen here. I go for Calm Mind, he's not going to kill me next turn. Unfortunately, I can't go for like anything like Draining Kiss because it's not very effective to a fire type. So we're going to Shadow Ball, we're going to hope for the best. I have a Fairy Feather, please don't know what a Fairy Feather is. If you guys don't know what that is, I would not be overly surprised. A Fairy Feather, it boosts. Can I view that item from here? I can't. So Fairy Feather gets a 20% boost to all Fairy type moves. And Pixelate makes Hyper Voice a special move, by the way, or a Fairy move, by the way. So there's not really a lot I can do here. It's just gonna. I guess it's not trying to waste Flamethrower, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. Although it would be kind of odd if they do have a Sword Beam, like sitting on standby. Sleevion was more or less like in this situation, a sacrifice of pawn. They're only doing that a lot, but I do have Aerodactyl, so this is going to be another toss-up. I might lose in a situation. Let's see what happens. So Unnerve activates. We're going to use Rock Blast. So Rock Blast has a 10% chance to miss, and I've missed before, so we're going to see what happens. We got him. So Rock Blast hits 2 to 5 times to make 20 damage, so that was very good. And it's also 4 times effective, so if I manage to get 2 rock hits, that would kill most Charizard. So as long as they attack connected, so it's always 2 minimum. Max, okay, interesting. This is actually going to be chlorophyll in order to deal, in order to be faster. So I was wondering how he was going to handle this. Although, no, I was going to say he probably should have. I'm not really sure how he's handling this. It's not very often you run to a full Sun or Rain team, but I don't think he has really either. I'm going to go for Dual Wing Beat. I don't know what's going to happen. He already uses Mega. So this is going to be interesting because it depends on how long it takes me and how long the Sun stays up for. If it goes for Solar Beam, I should be able to do that. Depends on how long the Sun stays up. Solar Beam is going to hit me for a month, and that's about it. But I do have a Sash, which actually did not hurt me as much as I thought it would. Wow. That news was not broken. I was not expecting to kill that thing. I was not. That was not part of my plan. I was planning to injure it. And see the sunlight's gone. So now he has no sun. If his last Pokemon relies on the sun. Okay, so I see what he's gonna do here. However, I still can. This is gonna be a toss-up again because I could go Tailwind, and that would make Starmie faster. But Scovillain is not fast to begin with, and he most likely has the... Oh, wait. It's going to be a stall. It's going to be a stall. He already uses Mega. I'm not crazy about trying to mop out Scope through Wing Beat. No Protect either. Interesting. What's he going to go for? It's a Moody thing. Take it. So, the reason I said Moody is not because it's not because that's an attribute. Basically, Moody is a... Let's see, does he have that? Is that what he has? No. Okay. So Moody, at the end of every turn, it randomly sharply raises a stat by 2 stages, and it randomly rewards another stat by 1 stage. So, definitely one of the self-destructive. I think that would be off on me, but I think I got him. Might have lost one battle, but if I bounce back with this one, it's fine. I wonder if it has a Scarf. I still don't think it's fast enough because I think Scovillain's base speed is 86. But no, I don't think it's gonna be able to. I think now it's attack on me. I have to make sure that I can kill it, so I'm gonna Mega Ball. I don't want to risk doing this. So. That'll be enough. Yep. Scovillain is probably one of the most interesting mons because it relies on it's like a pepper plant. But also, by the way, I didn't see this before, but Dillweed Dam. For those who don't know or aren't old enough to know, Dillweed was a very derogatory term used for. It was like calling someone a dweeb, but it was like calling them that and also calling them the gay F slur. I think that's what it was. I think it was called. I don't think I was ever called Dillweed as a kid. I think it might have been like a. I think hard to tell because I was born in '93, so I'm I'm getting into the old F stage, so I'm not really sure if that was. I think I saw that in a lot of like early 2000s movies, but I don't know if the movie took place in the 2000s or pre-2000s. I'm talking myself into super. I'm actually curious about that. Like, well, when was the term made? You might be an old man too. Who knows? So I'll play a little later too. So what's that? I want to know. Whoop! Control almost fell off. Hang on. Oh, Dewey is an actual plant too. Okay. Dewey is installed. That's where I heard it. So, dillweed was something that they would call in a show called That 70s Show, which is very popular. So if you haven't watched it, I recommend you do it. It's actually really funny to watch. He has a float, eternal float. That is interesting. So his first mod is going to clearly be, well, I say that. It's going to be finishing, he's going to flip turn so he can turn to the hero later. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to start with Belly Bolt. So if he flip turns into me, I use the electric move I have. It means whatever he switched into is going to get hit anyway because there's no mana seem to resist my electric, which means that's going to deal damage to him. His Mega is most likely going to be, his Mega is going to be Floate. That's a given. So I'm going to select starting my second, and then Aerodactyl is my third. This is just to get around his Hawlucha and his F4, because they're both weak to flying moves. It's going to run the timer out. Okay. So, when I was in Ultra 4, it's probably going to be the thing with Ultra 3 too, is he would wait till the clock hits 1 and then battle, or would confirm what they're doing. So, that's a stupid ass pose. Alright, so he starts with Snorlax. So, my thought process is going to use Drawing. So, I'm going to use Chilling Water. I'm assuming here, but he's either going to go for Yarn or he's going to go for an Earthquake. If Chilling Water hits and he goes for Earthquake, then that means, yeah, I figured that's what. It was either that or Yarn. It was going to be one of those things. Now that I confirmed I'm faster than him, it means that actually makes it harder for me to throw that charge. So we're going to use Chilling Water one more time. He has leftovers as well, so this could easily turn into a stall battle, but I want to make sure his Snorlax is weak enough for him to not really hurt me at all. Yeah. See how much damage that does with how strong Earthquake is. Yeah. So, I think I'm fine now with him using that. So what I'm going to do, I don't know, probably, but I think that charge effect just lasts until the end of the turn. But I guess we're going to find out. It'll be very obvious if it is in the situation. If it doesn't do much damage, that means we're going to have to... Okay, so we're going to use Acid Spray here. This is just to lower his special defense, so he can't do a crazy amount of damage. I wonder if is he a Jolly? Is he just only using Earthquake because he can't do anything else? I don't know what he's really doing. So what we're going to do here, I think he's planning to try to stall me out. I'm fairly surprised he didn't have Yarn. This might be, you know what this could be? This could be the Snorlax you get for free from the thing he maybe didn't modify it. So we're going to go Acid Spray. He's taking a bit longer than he did last time. Maybe he's going to swap now. Yeah. By the way, what's Teleport based on? That is definitely good. Alright, so we got Emboar now here. So we go Acid Spray. I don't know how fast Emboar is. I don't. That's one thing I'm not really sure about. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what we did last time. And we're going to use Chilling Water. I think this is going to be his Mega. But I don't know how fast Mega Emboar is. I think Bilbo has like 84. Whatever, that's okay. So it's definitely faster than I thought it would be. But he also does take a lot of damage from that Flare Blitz, so I don't think it's worth it. No Chilling Water lowers attack again. Really? Did I get a critical? I didn't. Is Ember really that? Oh, that's right, I used Acid Spray, that's why. I thought Ember was a little bit bulkier than that. So now he's probably going to switch back to Snorlax to be an anti-earthquake me and kill me. But there's one thing he didn't account for. I have Slack Off. So this comes down to whether Slack Off actually serves enough HP or not. Yeah, so this is, if I just keep using Slack Off, I'm just going to resort, and it's going to result in a kind of a loop. So instead, I'm going to do it as last. I'm going to go for Tilling Water. Keep his attack down until he swaps out again. So I just go Slack Off. I probably could waste all his power points for Earthquake, but I consider that more of a tick move more than stalling. So, which technically it is stalling. So we're going to do that. He's going to hit me with Earthquake. It's going to kill me. Not a big thing. So I killed one of his mons, and I basically hurt his Snorlax. So his last one was going to be Floate. It's going to be Floate. So, what are my mons again? Okay. So I think I don't have to fear anymore from Snorlax. Snorlax is definitely not strong or fast. So we're going to Mega Liquidation. So what I'm hoping is going to happen here is I'm going to put a Snorlax on he's either going to slightly injure Starmie or not at all. And then I'm going to self-destruct his Floate to put him down. See how much damage. Okay, so he's still alive. His defense did go down, though. That doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, so he's trying to stall me out. That's not going to really help. Unless you have like baton pass, quick bars, and shit like that. I know he doesn't have that. A bunch of hair in my thing, trying to get the long strand out. Probably for me talking to me, have my face so close to my cat to time. For Liquidation again. There's nothing you can do. All he did was I get his defense back to what it was. It increases his own attack though, but that's not gonna matter. So I think that was a stock Snorlax because I remember it's a very leftovers curse earthquake. I remember those being its usual tropes or whatever. Spicy. Okay, I was expecting Floate, so I guess he didn't have his Mega with it. What's my last one again? Alright. This is a regular Slowbro. I would probably not do this, but I don't think this one is gold to We're good. I think did we get Ultra 3 there too? I think Ultra 3 there too. No, Ultra 3 to rank to Ultra 2 is what I mean. It's what we did. Honestly, it's petty. It's not because I hate the guy, but with especially the other guy with that delete one, I would definitely report both of them for just to me it's broken language. Then again, I'm not much of a trouble learning when I use the F-bomb every once in a while. But all right, so we got out of we got from Ultra 4 to Ultra 2, which is crazy. So I don't think we're gonna get to Ultra 1, but I think we have like 2 more battles before my stream has to end. But this is still a huge improvement. I'm just hoping that I don't get bumped down to Ultra 3. But this is turning out really well. Maybe my team finally is coming together. Okay. So what's his team looking like? Taking a lot of load. He might be on a Switch 1. Alright, so we got... Okay, this is almost painfully as what he's gonna do. I don't think... I don't see a situation here where he thinks I'm gonna start... He probably thinks he's gonna start with Starmie, then he's going to Intimidate, Part Shot, blah 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 blah. I still think Incineroar should have been burnt more than it was. All it did was lose knockoff. Knockoff's not even that good in this game. So we're gonna do that. That's basically to deal with his Incineroar, which is gonna be a problem. His Milotic possibly his Milotic. So now we gotta focus on everything else. So we're gonna use Aerodactyl to deal with his. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I think we're gonna have to do that because I really don't see. He doesn't have a lot of weaknesses that I can really target with this team. So we'll look at those 3. I don't see. Well, I could use Sleeveon, but with Spiritom's an interesting one. Spiritom's probably a stall fiend user. Umbreon's really high defense, and Garchomp is kind of hard to deal with. So I don't think using Sleeveon in the situation to help deal with those 3 is going to help at all. I'm going to stall timer. Find out about 10 seconds here. did. He was just selecting. Yep, easy read. So what he's going to do now, he's going to... This is a stall Incineroar. Which since I'm a physical attacker, it's Intimidate and Furnish. That's really not going to do much, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to... I'm really going to immediately go for Parting Shot, so I'm going to go for Acid Spray. That's right, I forgot he has Fake Out. I think it's going to do still a little damage, I'm not worried about it. Plus, my is going to store, I think, all my HP, almost every single HP he's got from that, making Fake Out essentially useless. So we're going over Acid Spray. This is just that whatever he swaps into is going to get hit. And this also helps because even though my special attack is lowered, he could... Does he have a Steel type? What if I feel like he had a Steel type? Okay. So now he's playing... He basically... Yeah, this is not going to work on me, though. I have, like... If he's going to do what I think he's going to do, he might go for Yawn. If he goes for Yawn, that might be a bit of a small problem. So we're going to go for... I'm going for another Acid Spray. I'm going to see what he does. Toxic. But I avoided it. So he's definitely trying to throw me out. Unfortunately for him, I can do it probably just as good as he can. If he didn't realize what I'm doing, then he should probably not be battling. So he's planning to Poison Stall me. However, he probably has Protective Wish, I'm going to guess. So this basically essentially lowers his special attack. Special defense as low as it possibly can be. So, I'm on a timer here because of the poisoning. But the fact that I can restore my own HP with probably a charge and slack off, I think I win this little stall battle here. He's probably going to use Protect. Oh, by the way, in case no one read both the entry, those things on its head are actually its eyes. Its eyes are actually, yes. So I figured he was going to do that. He's going to do something to heal his own HP, but unfortunately I've lowered his HP, his defense so much I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah. See that? That's the power of Acid Spray, one shot. That's how strong it is. And I bet he wasn't expecting me to one-shot it. Well, I didn't one-shot it. It took me a few shots, but technically it was 100 HP to 0, so that is a one-shot technically, even though it took me more than one. So he's probably going to switch back to Incineroar again, go for another Parting Shot, yeah. I figured. But fortunately, it's going to end up a lot like last time. I'm just going to go for Acid Spray again and hit whatever is going to be switched in. He's going to give me one turn with Fake Out. I'll give him that. I both flinch, can't move. That's fine. Electro's going to help a little bit with the poisoning. Nothing too crazy. So we're going for another Acid Spray. I don't see... Yeah, there's Parting Shot. Just in case he keeps up the trope what he was doing earlier. Just very... Okay, Rose Ring. He used a single Mega. Okay, that's interesting as well. So I think he has me next turn if he uses Leaf Storm. But there is a possibility I survive it, so... There's not really a lot we can do in this situation. I think I'm going to die next turn, one turn after this anyway, so I don't think Acid Spray doing Acid Spray again is going to help us. So we're just going to go for a Parabolic Charge. Shadow. No Leaf Storm. I guess he must be planning to use Leaf Storm later on. Special defense goes down, that's fine. It's probably going to do too much damage because my attack has been lowered several times. But it did do a bit more than I thought it would. I doubt that Rose Raid has leftovers, because I think because another Pokemon had it. So I think the pack's going to kill me now. If not, it's going to leave me with very, very little HP. Yeah, and I'm not fast in this, so I'm just going to use Acid Spray just because. It's actually Belly Both last turn. So essentially, what I'm doing now is I'm going to switch and Starmie. I'm going to Mega Ice Whip, alright? And then, depending on how much HP Incineroar has left, He might switch to Incineroar right now. Maybe he's trying to lure my pop, which is possible, but I don't think it's going to matter much. If he does, then the match is essentially over anyway. Well, I'm very surprised. But then again, he tries to something else and makes me with it. Which, if my storming was very slow, I could see it. I couldn't remember Psycho Punch, but if I would have switched to Incineroar in that one instance, it would have been the end of it. Because Incineroar would have not been hit because of the Dark type. Or the Dark type use. My bad. I don't think Incineroar has been hit much, to be honest with you. I'm going to go straight for Liquidation. I just don't want to risk anything. We're definitely the end game now. Yeah, we're going to go for Liquidation. If he manages not to kill me with his next powerful attack, then I'm fine. So if he uses a move here, the next turn here, and he doesn't hurt or kill me, I can use Self-Destruct to end the bat. He can't use Parting Shot because he can't use it for the last month, so we don't have to worry about that. I almost killed him, that's actually surprising. Defense lower? Yes. So there's nothing we can do now. Citrus Berry, that's interesting as well. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so now we have a situation here. This could be really good or really bad. So, is Incineroar barely has any HP left? This comes out whether I hit Sucker Punch or not, and whether I hit. So, I'm gonna go for Dueling Beat. There's a fair chance this will miss, but we're gonna try anyway. So I'm gonna explain my situation if this. I'm gonna explain it after this move. What I'm gonna do. We hit him. So the situation here was, if I miss Dueling Beat, he's gonna hit me with probably Dark Slayer again. Then if I go for a hit next turn, and he has Sucker Punch, then the match would have been over. So I think that's going to be the last match I remember. That match took me a little bit longer than I thought it would take me. So we're getting pretty well there. So I think that's going to be it for the battling. Unfortunately, that didn't count toward my dailies. I already did my dailies, but I did get some kind of mission completed, so we're going to look at that. Weekly, use a straight week up move 5 times per move up on VP. By the way, kids if they want to start playing this or not, I've spent no money in this game. I have used the tickets and everything, and I'm still sitting at 14k VP, and you can see... Oh, Aerodactyl thing. I'll take that. Aerodactyl Myra. By the way, I would never use anything that indicates that I've used a Mono lot, because I think that kind of gives a lot of things away. We have prayer tickets too. So we have Psychic type Pokemon, we got Psychic. And then we have this one gives us a Fighting Affinity ticket. So essentially what that does is, with a ticket, you can use it on a run, and I believe it costs you any VP. When you use it basically, if I use a fighting type ticket, it means the Pokemon in question will also have a high chance to be fighting type above any other kind of typing. And yes, I had to bring Starmie from the thing. I was trying so hard to get it without going into Sword and Shield to get it, but I couldn't get it. I was trying so hard to get it. Like, I spent a lot of VP and shit. I was like, alright, I'm gonna do it. Now I spend a lot of regular training tickets, because you get those special tickets, and they're very helpful with doing whatever you need to help with. But anyway, that's going to do it for the stream. Thank everyone for watching. If you want to join my the root server, you can check the top of the screen for the link. And if you guys like the video, you can like and subscribe to keep me going.